You're really interested in the Ruger PC Charger, especially after watching my videos on it, but you're not crazy about blasting away for your stash of 9mm. So, you look at this. In this video, we're going to take a close look at the brand new Ruger 22 Charger and figure out whether it's right for you. What's up everybody, welcome Squad and welcome to Slav Guns. I'm glad to have you here. Over the last 12 months I published a number of videos on the highly popular variant of the Ruger PC carbine, the Ruger PC Charger. It's a reliable, effective, and most of all, a great value, making this what I believe to be the ultimate PDW for anyone with a budget. The challenge is, during the times of unprecedented demand, centerfire ammunition is tough to get a hold of, especially if you do not load your own. This is why many of you are also looking at this gun, the relatively recently announced Ruger 22 Charger. Is it just as reliable? Is it just as effective? Is it just as good of a value? Let's take a look. Despite sharing the name and somewhat the looks, the Ruger 22 Charger is essentially a completely different firearm from the big brother, the Ruger PC Charger. What they do share in common is how they came to be. While the PC Charger is a pistol variant of the Ruger PC carbine, the 22 Charger is a pistol version of the ever-popular Ruger 1022. The 22 Charger is currently available in 4 varieties, plus a Talo exclusive model in a camo look. The original 22 Chargers were available just as a standard pistol and a takedown, just like the Ruger 1022. Most recently, based on the success of the PC Charger, Ruger added 2 new versions of the 22 Charger, which added a Picatinny rail section on the back of the chassis in order for you to be able to add a pistol brace, just as we do as the PC Charger. The one I have here is the non-takedown, brace-compatible version, which has a very reasonable MSRP of just right around $350. At the heart of the pistol is a Ruger 1022 receiver. It's finished with a matte black finish and comes with a stainless bolt. On top of the receiver, you will find an included Picatinny rail section where you would mount your choice of red dot or a magnified optic. All 5 variants are what is considered optics ready, meaning they don't come with sights. So make sure you factor that in when you're purchasing this pistol. This pistol uses an 8-inch cold hammer forged barrel with a 1/16 twist, which is standard for 22s. Do note the 4 other variants use a 10-inch barrel instead. The barrel is cold hammer forged, so you can expect a long-lasting barrel. Of course, because this is a 22 and you're almost certainly going to be shooting exposed lead bullets, you have to clean the barrels to prevent excessive fouling. All of the 22 Charger barrels are fretted 1/2x28, making them ready for your choice of muzzle device, be it a suppressor or a compensator. Of course, you do not need to throw on a suppressor, in which case the threads are protected by this thread protector. Moving down, the barreled action sits in this polymer chassis. To this chassis, you have attached a standard AR-style pistol grip, and this pistol grip is the same one that comes with Ruger PC Charger, all the way up to the Ruger Precision rifles. Also attached to the back of the polymer chassis is what makes this model unique, the Picatinny Adapter, to which you would attach a stock if you were going to make this an SBR or short barrel rifle, or as what most people will probably do, would keep it as a pistol and attach a pistol brace. On the front of the polymer chassis, you will find a standard swivel stud to which you can attach a sling or a swivel stud bipod. What's cool, and I did not expect, is that Ruger does include a swivel stud to Picatinny rail adapter and even includes a bipod. On top of the chassis, you will also find an attachment point for a quick detach single point sling. Lastly, as you find with 1022s, you have a standard 1022 trigger pack, and the trigger is at 2 stages, with the first being the take-up, where you come up to a wall, and then a second stage is the trigger break. The trigger measured out to approximately 2 pounds for the very short first stage and then 4 pounds for the second stage break. All of the guns come with a single BX15 15-round magazine, and they are compatible with all 1022 magazines, including 10 and 25 rounders. Okay, let's go load up some mags, and I'll give you my first impressions. All right, so you can actually see, I was wrong. Even when you have a quick detach on here, the barrel is actually pointed straight down. It doesn't tilt back. Or at least that's because I have a red dot on here. So we're going to shoot it first. I have the BX15 that the gun comes with, and I have a BX25. Yeah, so with the brace, you're putting a little bit of pressure away from you, and it gives you a nice stable platform. And these are actually a really good place for your thumb. Let me step back a little bit. And we're out. So keep in mind that much like with the other Ruger 1022s, there is no last round hold open. Yep, it had a little bit of a jam. So it was a failure to feed. The round nosedived up. And the advantage with a sling, you can just put the gun down while you deal with the malfunction. Once again, it's a 22, so it's not critical. And this is why you don't use rimfire for self-defense if you can help it. Okay. And the mag is in here. Alright, what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to put on a suppressor. I'm going to fill these mags back up. There's one round in here. There we don't. Okay, so I put a suppressor on here. Once again, this is a 9mm suppressor, so definitely bigger than you need it to be. I guess some of them are barely. And we're out. So you see, like some of them are subsonic, some of them were barely subsonic, and that's why you heard the difference. Cool. All right, let me go put on a pistol brace on here. All right, so what I did was I took the pistol brace off of the other gun, and I put it on here. Okay, so I guess good thing. It's a little bit different. We have it just one below, because otherwise it's going to be either high or low on here, so this works. And because this way, when it's folded, it's going to be right beneath the charging handle. Okay, failure to feed. So it looks like might actually be magazine related. Okay, and we're out. Okay. With a brace, it's definitely easier to shoot, and I think for a brand new shooter, if you're teaching somebody how to shoot, a brace is going to be easier than with a sling. Can you use a sling? Absolutely. And it'll give you a nice stable platform, but definitely not as stable as using a pistol brace. All right. Trigger, not bad. You can probably improve it, but I think honestly for this gun, because it's not going to be a precision type firearm, the trigger that's in here is good enough. Very cool. Damn, it looks pretty good. Bottom line, I've seen the 22 Charger a number of years ago when they first came out, but never really gave it much thought. It was after getting the PC Charger and using it with a pistol brace did I decide that this may be a pretty good idea. Starting with this video, I am going to try and do a mini SWOT analysis for the firearms, so let's sum up. The strengths. The 22 Charger is built off of a proven action, so it should be accurate and reliable. It's also a very good value with a $350 MSRP for the non-takedown version. The pistol also comes with a Picatinny adapter for the swivel stud, so you can mount an accessory of your choice. Weaknesses. To get the most out of these guns, you really need to consider using this with a pistol brace. Like the other types of pistols, and the Ruger PC Charger, the pistol does not come with any pistol sights, and you must also factor in some money to purchase a red dot sight or an optic. That optic may easily cost as much or more than what you paid for the 22 Charger. Also, the gun does come with a bipod. It's made by UTG, and honestly, it's rather low quality. But then again, when you buy a $300 pistol that comes with a bipod, you can't expect a $150 bipod either. I don't believe, however, you actually need a bipod here, so use that to your imagination. Lastly, I do wish the QD point was on the side like it is on the PC Charger, as that way you would have the gun hang on the side with the barrel down. Opportunities. The cool part is this gun is both modular and built off of a very popular and proven platform. This means that there's a huge aftermarket for this gun. The first thing I would do is replace the pistol grip with something nicer, possibly a little bit more upright, such as my new favorite, the FAB Gratis Grip, as you see here on my PC Charger. You also need to add a pistol brace, or at the very least a sling, so you'll be able to better use the gun. As a pistol, it's big and cumbersome, so go get a brace. Next, you will need an optic. I would probably say a red dot if you're into plinking, or a low power magnified scope if you're using this as a varmint gun around your property. There's also a plethora of 1022 staples such as a better trigger pack, like the excellent Ruger BX trigger, or a number of aftermarket drop-ins. Frets. The biggest outside fret to this pistol, and the reason you would want to purchase this one in particular, is the ATF. We all know that pistol braces are quite functional and very innovative, and the reason why we had millions of AR pistols sold over the last few years. Unfortunately, it seems that the ATF is really looking at clamping down on this. Will they be successful? I don't know, and we can have a longer discussion about it. What I will say, however, is that if pistol braces get nixed, then you really ought to consider making this an SBR with a $200 tax stamp. Although I think most people would probably not. I think the best case scenario is that the people force the ATF or pass something congressionally that simply abolishes SBR registration, and we don't have to play these games. And who is this gun for? If you're looking for a fun plinking gun, this is certainly a very cool toy. It'll be cheap to shoot and practice with, especially since you can get the trigger to feel very much like those in the PC Charger and PC Carbine. The other use for this is if you're looking for a small varmint gun for your property. Load it up with some rat shot and a red dot, or regular 22 ammo with a small scope, and you have a great alternative to walking around with a larger rifle. For most, it would also be a lot easier to shoot with a red dot and a brace than a pistol. Bottom line, for around $300, it's pretty easy to justify purchasing this gun. The only thing you have to remember is that you have to budget more money for some upgrades and a sight. So there you go. That's my take on the pistol brace ready Ruger 22 Charger. You can find more information on the firearm in the link below, and if you haven't watched the prior videos on the Big Brother, the Ruger PC Charger and PC Carbine, I highly recommend that you do, and you can find them linked above. I appreciate you watching, and if you learned something new, please make sure to click the like button and share the video with your friends. Make sure you're subscribed and you have notification bell on to receive up-to-date notifications on our latest videos, including the follow-up to this gun, our ongoing precision rifle series, and more. You don't want to miss what's coming up next. As always, thank you for watching, keep on squatting, and I'll see you next time. Cool. All right, thank you.